Okay, well, all the planning in the world, all the gear that I bought, the only thing left to do now is go. There's my main pack, my light pack, although it's not as light as I had hoped, my ditch kit, my hat, my jacket, and I'm out of here. This will be my ride for the next week. It is quite a bit lighter than the one I have at home. I'm still glad that I did rent a canoe. And here's where I'll be putting in and heading off in that direction. No, I'm not peeing here. It's raining. And it has been raining since about 2 minutes after I put up this tarp. I've been told the first thing that people do when they get to a site is put up the tarp. I thought, well, why not build a fire or get something to eat? Well, now I understand. Well, here's how I have my tarp set up, and this is probably the best job I've ever done at putting up a tarp. It's flat. It doesn't look like there's a bowl in the middle to collect water. In fact, with water dripping on the downward end, I think that's a good sign. I've got it sloped with the landscape, so I'm not funneling water, uphill just so we can run into my tent. And it goes near the fire pit. I'll sit just underneath it. I think I've done a good job. I'm using my ratcheting tie downs so that I can tighten it up, and this yellow rope here, which goes way up into those trees, in order to get this one corner about 6 feet off the ground. Well, I'm going to get to work with the rest of my stuff. When I first got here, I found this near the fire pit. Obviously this has failed on someone and they've left it here rather than taking it out with them. And that's not the part that I was thinking about. What concerns me is this. This is my camp grill. Looks a lot like this camp grill. Makes me wonder about this camp grill. Well, it's the first night. Gourmet night. We're having, I'm having steak, potatoes, mushrooms, onions. I got a pot of water boiling there. Nice cup of tea. Notice I'm sitting on my pack because my chair, which weighs probably 4 pounds, broke. I've had it for years and it's never broke until today, the first night of a 7-day solo. I have to carry it with me, can't just leave it here. So that's now a dead piece of equipment. However, on the plus side, when I showed up, there was a frying pan left here, a rather large one, not too heavy, big enough for the steak I'm having because the one I bought isn't. So that's a plus. Well, I have no idea what time it is. The sun is setting. I've had supper, although I probably had it around 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I've been out to collect firewood, and I've got enough there I think will last me for the night. Got some kindling and some wood. It's standing dead wood, that's it. There's the dead trees that have fallen but are still a few feet off the ground. That was a loon we just heard. And I got some birch bark, and I think I'm just going to get a fire going, toast a few marshmallows maybe, read my book a little bit, Oh, and good news. I've mended my chair. I brought duct tape with me. That's not what's holding it together. I've taken some rope and I took the 3 strands apart and tied the 2 legs together best I could, and then tied that into the corner piece, and then duct taped it to stop the corner piece from rolling off the wood. So I think I'm good. I'll just gonna, like I said, just get a fire going and maybe settle in for the night. Well, the thing that probably frightened me the most about going on this trip was hearing noises at night and dealing with the night and being dark and all by myself, that kind of stuff. And I've also said that camping in the rain will test anyone's relationships. I wonder if that counts when you're all by yourself. Anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night. I have no idea what time of night it is. To an approaching thunderstorm. So I had to sort of put my fears aside and jump outside there anyway. And I put all 4 corners of my tarp down on the ground to try to protect myself from the wind, so my tarp is less like a kite and more like a tent. Anyway, I'm going to try to sleep off the rest of the night. Well, it's getting rather loud now. I don't think I'll be sleeping this off. I think the best thing for me to do is just to sort of keep an eye on my tarp and make sure that things are in order. And hopefully that the morning is as nice and calm as the evening was.